Good afternoon and welcome to JoyNews Today. We're live on DSV channel 421, GoTV channel 125, across all our social media handles. We're JoyNews on TV. Coming up, lawyers for remanded Stop Galamsey Now protesters say police statement that one of the remanded protesters is not pregnant is false. Stay for details. Also, minority in Parliament to seek amendment to the Public Order Act through a private member's bill. We'll tell you why. We'll also hit the campaign trail where the flag bearer of the opposition National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, is touring the Abuakwa constituencies here in the Greater Accra region. Stay with us for details of these, plus business, sports and showbiz within the next 60 minutes. My name is Faustina Safo. Please be my guest. Thanks for choosing us for your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. Now, lawyers for remanded Stop Galamsey Now protesters are denying claims by the Ghana Police Service that no pregnant woman was arrested and detained during the protest last week. There has been a back and forth on this issue, with the police releasing a statement rejecting claims that a pregnant woman was part of the 54 Democracy Hub protesters remanded for 2 weeks. The police statement said that medical examination conducted at the independent health facility confirmed that Gloria Vera Lois is not pregnant. Speaking on News, ex-member of Parliament and member of the legal team of the protesters, Nelson Amedowu Wuno, said the police statement is false.
So we got to know that the woman was pregnant after the proceedings, because, mind you, the police did not give us adequate time to have conference with our client. As at now, we don't even know the station at which they are keeping the lady. So we got to know just after the proceedings that this woman is four months pregnant. So we are going through the proceedings to make sure that we get back to the court for the court to vary her bail conditions.
Nelson, how did you get to know that she was pregnant? How did you get that information?
We got the information after the proceedings when the lady approached me that she is pregnant. And I'm like, wow.
So she told you herself that she was pregnant?
That is so, that's so.
Yes. And have you... Okay, finish your trail of thoughts.
Yes, and at that time, the ink of the judge has dried, so there is no way we can go back to the court for the court to vary her bail condition.
But does it make reasonable sense that the police did not know that she was pregnant, so to take caution with how she will be handled differently from the remaining people who were also arrested?
I've been reliably informed by her that she informed the policemen that she is pregnant. So they are aware, before coming to the court, they are aware that she is pregnant.
Meanwhile, the minority in Parliament says it will seek an amendment to the Public Order Act through a private member's bill when Parliament resumes. This follows a call by Amnesty International for an immediate review of the Public Order Act 1994, which they argue grants excessive power to security forces. Member of Parliament's Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee, Nelson Dafiamepo, spoke earlier on Newsdesk.
Spoken to two of my colleagues who also align with this thinking. So I'm sure that when we recall sometime after the 8th or the 12th of October to Parliament, we'll quickly initiate some amendments to the Public Order Act by way of private members' bill, so that we can tune some of the executive powers that is inherent in the police as well as the president of this matter. Then number two, it affects some of our judges, and I use my words carefully. Some of our judges have become regime supporting, right suppressing, and freedom denying in matters such as this. Because how does remanding a person in custody for 2 weeks prevent other people from expressing their views on this? Indeed. Right. Indeed, evidence has been led that some of the people who have been arrested have parents who are serving police officers. So how does the court say, how does the prosecutor tell the court that if you allow the people to go home, they will not be allowed to attend court to defend themselves in matters that they don't understand? So our judiciary should be listening to be taking the mood of the country in some of the decisions that they make.
Away from that, researchers at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology have found the presence of chalk and metanyl yellow, an unapproved food colorant, in powdered turmeric products sold on the market in the Greater Accra region. The recent study by the Biochemistry and Biotechnology Department detected food adulterants in the sample source from 10 markets in the metropolis. The long-term adverse effects of the chemicals pose harmful health risks on humans, including liver cancer and cardiovascular disorder. Emmanuel Bright-Kweko of our science desk spoke with the lead researcher and filed this report.
Powder is a common local spice, food preservative and colorant used in many Ghanaian households for various culinary and medicinal purposes. Curcumin, the major active component of turmeric, gives the root plant its prominent yellowish coloration, nutritional and medicinal benefits. But a zest to increase the quantity and coloration of the powdered product has seen vendors adulterate the local spice. Associate Professor of Biochemistry, Professor Christopher Labi, led a team of scientists to uncover the trend on the local markets in Accra.
We sampled 20 turmeric samples, or sold, let me say, the turmeric powder, sold on the Accra market. So we sampled from Abubulushi, Malata, the usual market, the common market of Accra. With regards to the adulterants, we found chalk and a compound called methylene yellow, which is an azo dye, not approved for use in foods. But we found them in our samples on the market. And let me understand, I try to understand why they do that. When you add chalk to it, it increases the volume. And when you add the dye to it, it marks the color of the chalk.
20 turmeric powder products were sampled from the markets and all found to have reduced amounts of vitamins and other essential nutrients.
With increasing level of adulteration, the levels of these B vitamins and vitamin C decreases. With respect to the pure compound curcumin that we are interested in, adulteration led to a decrease of 72% in the levels of these curcumin. That is the pure compound.
The contaminants are reported to have harmful effects on the brain, liver, and other organs.
And it is toxic on the liver, on the brain, and on the reproductive system. So it has negative effect on noradrenaline, which is one of our stress hormones, on dopamine, which is also very important neurotransmitter, and serotonin. And these activities were all reduced in animals that were exposed to chronic levels of methylene yellow.
While the scientists advise regular and periodic food surveillance, here is how you can identify an adulterated turmeric powder.
As a consumer, what you can use to identify this is that when you add chalk to water, it doesn't easily dissolve. It takes some time before it dissolves. So when you add your turmeric that you have bought from the market to water, and you have to stir a long time before it dissolves, it should ring a bell for the entire country.
For JoyNews, my name is Emmanuel Bright-Kweko.
Emmanuel Bright-Kweko joins us live with more. Emma, this is quite worrying. Have they submitted their findings to the relevant authorities?
So, first, in fact, this has been published in the European Journal for Food Safety. And so it's in the scientific space. But generally, they were hoping that through some of these advocacies that we are having on TV, the FDA would work on that, go out there on the market and enhance the periodic market surveillance. And so for now, they have published it in their journal. But as to whether or not they've given it to the FDA to work on it, they are hoping that through this medium, the FDA would actually act on it. But hopefully in the coming days, they might begin processes to have this particular thing checked on the market. So that's what is coming from them, Fosti.
From Turmeric, have they sampled any other product on the market?
Okay, so for now, that's just the products they've sampled from the market, and they did that specifically for the Greater Accra region. They are hoping to extend the study to other regions, specifically in the Ashanti region, Kumasi, sample from some of these markets and places, because it's quite dire. When I spoke with him, he tells me that normally they would want to increase it or increase the quantity of what they sell by using some of these adulterants, that's the chalk and also the methanol yellow. So that is the situation. But for the time being, they've done for Greater Accra, and in the subsequent ones, they are looking to the Greater Accra region and hopefully extend it across the country.
Thank you, Mano Bright Kweku. Let's do some politics next, because we are your election headquarters. Supporters of the New Patriotic Party in the Adansi-Asokwa constituency in the Ashanti region are rebounding their support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, describing his #1 position on the ballot as a miracle and a sign of impending victory. They are confident of the NPP's position, and they say that will ease access for voting. The party supporters spoke during the NPP's election campaign launch in the Adansi-Asokwa constituency. There's more in this report.
For these supporters of the NPP in Adansi-Asokwa, Dr. Bawumia's #1 positioning on the ballot paper will reflect at the end of the poll in the December presidential election. They are hopeful of beating the NDC's John Mahama, positioned at #8. Even in examination, the first position means the winner. So Bawumia being #1 on the ballot means he is the winner. It doesn't matter what you do to me. NPP is the one I'll vote for. We will take the December elections. If only Ghanaians would look back and see the things that Bawumia has achieved, being #1 enforces his victory. The campaign launch sets the tone for an extensive constituency engagement to court the support of Adansi-Asokwa electorates for victory for incumbent MP Katie Hammond and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. A notable figure at the campaign launch, Obidumie Kwabena Samwa, affirmed his commitment to funding the party's campaign. He urged the party faithfuls to remain united and peaceful in the lead-up to the December polls.
The incoming president, Alhaj Mahama Bawumia, Niera, Machopoku Prempe, Yantimia Koko Ding, Amomamba, Nia Digana Ramo, Namisa Dansa Sokwanya de Bedio Mujamoda.
It is very imperative that we remain united for the victory of the incoming president. All of us have this duty.
Incoming Sedemitie, Naminimse, Senyamia Dumne Breki Eta, Moso Amuhe Ebima. Espanya baby a jina wa party num and the party no so fast war to say the party na yama me sana be yama mo so enti me buy mama de kwa the di kind of me buy me some 1,000 t-shirts me de mapa me wusu.
Clinton Yeboah's reports for Joy News.
The parliamentary race in the Abuakwa South constituency is intensifying as constituents demand urgent solution to the lack of clean water worsened by the ongoing activities of illegal mining. They are also calling for more job opportunities to address the rising youth unemployment. Meanwhile, the NDC and the NPP candidates are locked in a heated battle, each claiming to be better for the constituency. On Constituency Lens today, we focus on the pressing demands of the voters and what the candidates have to offer.
Here on the street of Chibi, there are a lot of youth who walk down the street and complain about issues such as youth unemployment and others. I have caught up with two gentlemen here who are also going to share with us their concerns they expect the politicians to address in the lead up to the 2024 elections. So I have with me Christopher, who is on my right. So what are your issues?
Well, there are many issues at hand now, but I only just on three. Okay. What are we expecting any of the government that will come into power to do is I want any government who want to come to the power to be able to make sure that our road networks are very, very good. Okay. They should be able to give us an outline on how they'll be able to change all these issues in their manifestos.
Unemployment is also one of the big issues around here. People graduate and they don't get access to any work to do. They have to go to Galamsey and all that. Then people are chasing them, people are dying. So unemployment also is. And also one concern is about water. We have a very, very bad condition of water. We don't get good access of water to drink, water to cook. So these are my three issues that I want the government to get access to it so that you will solve it for us.
My issue is the unemployment, this thing, yeah. And poor road network, and then electricity, see. Nowadays, doing so not too much.
Immediate posting after school. And that's my issue. That when we complete, we want the government to post us immediately so that we don't stay at home without doing nothing.
There are two people vying for the sole seat from the NPP side and also from the NDC side. I'm fortunate to be joined by the aspirant on the ticket of the NPP.
Kingsley is well defined by the constituents as education man. Right from KG1 to P3, we have what we call the Kingsley Readathon. It's a reading series that is done annually. There's nowhere within the 110 polling stations, 24 electoral areas, that you will not find the blueprints of Kingsley engaging socially.
You see, there is a trend in Ghana now that anyone who wants to be a member of parliament or wants to hold in a political office will strategically, a year or 6 months before, start doing some charity works, giving out books, doing health screening for people, sharing food and all those things. And all of a sudden, the person posters appears and start canvassing for votes and all that. But Carlos, I mean, in my own small way, I have been doing a lot for my people. And I don't believe in this flaunting of, because that is not the reason why I do those things.
Away from politics, Katanga Alumni Association has handed over a tricycle and 10 large bins to University Hall of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to aid waste disposal and management efforts at the hall. The equipment has come to support waste transportation and collection, which have become costly owing to frequent breakdowns of existing waste disposable vehicles. There's more in this report.
The University Hall of KNUST, known as Katanga, accommodating over 700 students yearly, was faced with a shortage of waste bins. The student accommodation facility was also compelled to use an already faulty waste collection vehicle. The University Hall Alumni Group, named Katanga Alumni Association, led by the global president Nana Otu-Texan, identified the hall's urgent need for waste management support and rallied resources to address the situation. He reiterated the alumni's commitment to supporting the hall.
At every point in time when we have to spend, we look at things that are of need. So traditionally, we have donated to social causes. This year, we felt that the hall itself has needs. So we kind of snooped around, got to know that they were in dire need of a vehicle to cart their rubbish and waste from the hall, as well as get some bins. So we decided to put our efforts in that, and fellows got together and contributed to make this happen today. We have a commitment to continue to support the hall in more ways than this.
University Hall Master Dr. Yao Elikem indicated that the consistent repairs of the broken vehicle led to excessive maintenance costs. He was therefore elated for the intervention to ease financial burdens and contribute to the cleanliness of the facility.
You know, we generate a lot of metric tons of waste every day, and we have to take it to the dump site. And taking it to the dump site, we need a vehicle. And it's the Aboboya normally we use, the whole university, everybody uses Aboboya. And we had 2 Aboboyas, one broke down, and then we had the other one to, we have to be, almost every day we have to be repairing, taking it to the maintenance shop. And it costs us a lot of money. So we were trying to see where we could budget for a new one, buy a new one, then immediately alumni came to save us. That's why I said it's like a telepathic communication. What we're thinking, they take in that direction for us, and it brought us the Abubuya and then the dustbins. We need the dustbins too, so it brought us. So we are very delighted about it.
Reporting for Joy News, my name is Clinton Yabua.
You're watching Joy News Today. We'll be back after this quick breather. Thanks for staying with us. Now, residents of Abuakwa North constituency have gathered at the Dakuma Kokompe spare parts market in anticipation of the visit of NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama. He's expected to visit 3 constituencies in the Greater Accra region today as part of his tour ahead of the December election. Maxwell Abuakwa is on the grounds for us. He joins us live now with more. Maxwell, has he arrived yet? Maxwell, you have to unmute for me to hear you clearly. We're just getting updates. Has John Mahama arrived yet?
Hello, Faustina, can you hear me?
Loud and clear now.
Yeah, so he started his tour of the Greater Accra region. This is the 3rd time he's touring the Greater Accra region this year. He started from the Abuakwa North constituency, specifically at the
Maxwell, we seem to be losing you intermittently. You may have to position rightly. We're just giving you updates. John Dramani Mahama is touring some parts of Abuakwa constituency, and we'll be going back to Maxwell shortly. But the NDC running mate, Professor J. Nana Opoku-Agyeman, has called out the current government for failing to take responsibility for the environmental destruction caused by illegal mining. We'll hear from her shortly, but let me take you back to Maxwell. Hopefully I have better connection to him. Maxwell, has he arrived yet?
That the city entered the people who deal in spare parts. It was one of the main concerns, that came up here during his tour of the display. Some of the spare parts dealers raised concerns about the increasing cost of bringing business out of the machine. Which they say that's caused some of them to use a court in some of them said here. Then the flag bearer John Mahama has been indicated what a future NDC government will do to mitigate some of the impact. It's at the 2nd location now. It's going to move to Abuakwa South and then Abuakwa West.
And what's his message to constituents there? Me. Unfortunately, we've lost connection to Maxwell Abuakwa. I was just telling you about the NDC running mate, Professor J. Nana Opoku-Agyeman. She has called out the current government for failing to take responsibility for the environmental destruction caused by illegal mining. Speaking during her campaign tour of Wasai Memphis Central, she stressed that the blame shouldn't fall on the youth involved in the protest, but on government, which has neglected to implement proper regulations for responsible mining. She argued that without government-led training and engagement, the youth will continue mining in harmful ways, and they cannot be faulted for the environmental damage. There's more.
We're excited to share some good news. We know that illegal mining, or galamsey, has been a long-standing issue here in Amenfi.
Galamsey no he. When you magana hanewa.
Gold mining has been part of the community for years, but with jobs disappearing under the current government, what options do the youth have?
Kakra oh no bogun. Ono so onfa adwuma nka ho a. Ebe na ze na mebu no woye. Se we hu. Isa na ebe nsampa na yezerba. Yesterday, our
approach is different. We're introducing policies that will teach the youth how to mine gold sustainably. That's why we're also pushing for a 24-hour economy to create more opportunities and keep people employed.
When done no banadam. Into no ya some pakra yazerba. A mebunu no, yen de wo here juma. Ono so can won't in the 24-hour economy in Yazabana. Yasa no one so sisiano.
Up next is business. Please stay tuned in.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the business segment on JoyNews Today with me, Pius Kojobaka. The Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana has cut the rate at which it lends to commercial banks by some significant margin. It dropped the rate by 200 basis points to 27%. Speaking at a news conference a while ago, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Nes Addison, noted that the action was influenced by the favorable economic outlook.
Looking ahead to the end of the year, the balance of payments is projected to achieve a surplus, driven by increased exports, stronger remittance flows, and lower government external payments. In the assessment of the committee, preliminary data since the last MPC meeting held in July 2024 indicates that macroeconomic conditions have generally improved. Headline inflation has eased and growth has picked up. Fiscal policy implementation has been robust, providing impulse that is supportive of growth, while monetary conditions have remained tight and supportive of the disinflation process. Headline inflation since the first quarter has declined for the fifth consecutive month by 5.4 percentage points. Core inflation has also declined sharply over the same comparative period by 6.9 percentage points. These trends suggest that the disinflation process is on course. The latest forecast showed that the inflation will continue to ease towards the range target of 13 to 17% for the year and steadily track back towards the medium-term target of 6 to 10% by the end of 2025, bearing unanticipated shocks. At the current juncture, the committee judged the risks to inflation outlook as fairly balanced. Given these considerations, the committee decided to lower the monetary policy rate by 200 basis points to 27%.
And we shall be bringing you more in our subsequent bulletins on that. Now, Tennessee Ghana has committed to empowering businesses to create wealth by cutting-edge technologies to enhance their growth. Speaking at the 10th anniversary celebration, country manager of Tennessee Ghana, Jonathan Date, reiterated the company's preparedness to help businesses enhance security and adopt technologies to achieve organizational growth. More in this report.
Technology consulting firm Tennessee Professional Service is celebrating 10 years of providing quality business advisory service, information and technology services to businesses and clients. The company also specializes in helping businesses scale up through the development of products and technologies that drive growth. Speaking at the 10th anniversary celebration, country manager for Tennessee, Ghana and Ivory Coast, Jonathan Date, said the company will continue to provide clients with the best technology solutions in the years ahead to propel growth.
Your belief in our vision has inspired us to continuously innovate and deliver solutions that drive your success. Tennessee Ignite It's more than just a celebration. It's a testament to our shared commitment to pushing the boundaries of technology and exploring new horizons. As we embark on this day of exploration, innovation, and celebration, let us remember that the journey we are on is not just about advancing technology, but about making meaningful impact on the world around us. It's about empowering businesses, enhancing security, and fostering collaborative spirit that drives progress and success.
Chief Executive of Tennessee Group, Kingsley Eze, urged businesses to build extensive innovation capacities within their organizations to remain leaders in their various industries.
Of all the capabilities, of all the technology capabilities that you have, that has come our way, all of them at the times they were at their best, we are still relying on humans to guide it, to direct it on what to do. Right. AI appears to be the first of those tools, which I would rather refer to as an agent that eventually will assume a mind of its own or has a mind of its own and is able to begin to do things at its own pace. Now, why am I giving this brief background? To lead in technology, you need to innovate. To lead in technology, you need to appreciate what is happening in your environment and adapt and change as much as possible. You need to build, extensive innovation capabilities to make sure, you remain in the forefront.
The celebration had in attendance tech industry experts to deliberate on adapting AI, automation, and remote collaboration to scale business models.
Well, we are for business for now. I am Pius Kojubaka. We are back with more. Please stay.
Time now to bring you sports here on JoyNews Today with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah. Former Minister of Youth and Sports, Neelanti van der Poy, claims that corruption in the Ket Okriko-led administration is worse than it was under Kwesi Nyantakyi. According to him, the leadership of Ghana football is taking advantage of sportsmen in the country and is hoping that he will be made sports minister in 2025 when NDC comes to power. He says if he's given the mandate to steer the affairs of the ministry once again, he will fight anyone who takes athletes for granted.
If I had suspicion that the GFA was corrupt, was it wrong for me to get BNI to ransack the office?
So you got BNI to go and ransack the office?
I'm asking.
No.
Wasn't the office of FIFA ransacked?
It was ransacked.
So what is it? And after that, what happened? So if I not done that, would Anas have gotten the idea to do his expose on the GFA?
But was that right thing to do? The Anas expose?
Why not? Hasn't it helped?
You think so?
It has helped to some extent, but just that I think that now the corruption in the system is even more than the Nyantakyi. And if I get opportunity, I will do what I did again.
Really?
Yes. If I become the Minister of Sports in 2025, I will sanitize sports, GF. I will sanitize football once again. I'm not happy with what we're going on. I'm not happy. There are so many things wrong with our football. And unless we take bold steps to sanitize the system and take decisions that will inure to the benefit of the people who are doing football and the footballers, and not businessmen and Shylocks, football will not grow. The people who play the game, the people who invest their money, the people who invest their time in football should enjoy football. Not people who sit behind and turn footballers and then people who do football like poultry chickens, and then they only, anytime they desire to have them, they pick them up and then do their stew, their soup, and enjoy themselves. No, it won't happen. I've been a footballer before. I've been a sportsman before. I will fight against anybody who desire to exploit any sportsman.
Are you suggesting that the current system is exploiting sportsmen?
Yes.
The Joy Sports Invitational is almost here with us. It starts on October 26th. This event is the biggest corporate sporting event out there, and National Insurance Commission is one of the organizations that have just signed up to be a part of it, and already they are in the mood as we build up to the event on October 26th. That's your sports for now. We do have more sports stories on my joyonline.com. And when you go on that website, just go to the sports page and select any of the stories that we have written on the Joy Sports Invitation, and you can get a copy of the form and sign up for the event. Later this afternoon, Kanasa will be joining us on Game Plan to bring you more about Joy Sports Invitational 2024. Up next is Showbiz.
Hello there, good afternoon. You're welcome to the Showbiz segment with me, Jacqueline and Suma Yabwa. Well, to our first story, it seems that the rifts between Ghanaian music stars Kelvin Boy and Stone Boy isn't patched up yet. In an interview on Daybreak Hits on Hits FM, Kelvin Boy opened up about his attempt to reconcile with his former mentor despite the fallout back in 2019. Could there be peace on the horizon for these two heavyweights? We have more in the following report.
Kelvin Boy, once signed on the Stone Boys Benetton Music Group, saw their working relationship severed in 2019 after a public disagreement. Stone Boy had claimed that Kelvin Boy disrespected him, and despite an apology, the two went their separate ways. After the split, Kelvin Boy didn't miss a beat, releasing hit songs and making waves in both local and international music scenes. However, it seems the musician still holds out hope for a truce.
I heard from Grapevine that you're trying to patch up with him.
What?
You're trying to patch up with Stone Boy, is that true?
Oh, yeah. I've been trying for years. Nobody said my first thing we had to wake up and think of. But when it comes to me and Stone Boy issue, me nyanka cool. Charlie, then. Obi Aden asem. Do you understand? Like, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years, right? I really forget what even happened. Like, trust me.
But why?
I've been writing songs every day. Like, I don't even remember. Do you know what happened?
No. What I'm asking is, what happened when you tried to patch up with him?
Oh, it was when? Every time we try, I don't think he's ready.
As Kelvin Boy continues to build his career, fans are left wondering if this long-standing feud will ever settle. Will Stone Boy respond? Only time will tell. For Joy News, I am Jacqueline and Suma Yapoa.
Well, away from that story, it looks like TikTok Music is playing its final tune. TikTok announced this week that it will be ending its subscription streaming service by November 28, 2024, leaving users in Indonesia, Brazil, Australia, and other countries saying goodbye to the app. But don't worry, TikTok has a new beat in mind.
Launched just last year as a follow-up to ByteDance Wrestle, TikTok Music was an attempt to take over the music streaming scene in key regions. It was licensed by all 3 major music labels, but the app struggled with licensing issues, especially with Universal Music Group in some areas. However, those hurdles were recently cleared, just as TikTok decided to pivot. Now, instead of trying to compete directly in the streaming space, TikTok will be shifting focus to its Add Music app. This nifty feature lets users save tracks they discover on TikTok and send them straight to their favorite streaming platforms. It's all about keeping things simple and keeping users in the groove. So while TikTok Music winds down, fans can now look forward to smoother, simpler music discovery on the platform. TikTok tunes aren't stopping, just taking a different path. For Joy News, I am Jacqueline and Suma Yabua.
Nigerian music sensation Rema is shutting down the wildest claim about him. He's not worshipping the devil. Well, the singer, known for his electrifying visuals and out-of-the-world performances, addressed these rumors on Kids Takeover podcast, and let's just say he's not too pleased.
Rema, whose music videos often come with bold, striking visuals, speculates that his artistic choices may have sparked the craziest thing he's ever heard about himself, claims that he's a devil worshipper. But during his recent chat, the Ozeba hitmaker set the record straight, calling the rumors nothing more than just a huge misunderstanding.
What do you think is the most crazy, untrue thing that you've seen online about you?
That I worship the devil. I say I worship the devil. It's crazy.
Do you ever feel like responding to those things, like, or you just laugh, like, bro, come on, like?
No, it's not really important. I just feel like it's a waste of time, to be honest. Sometimes it's just really like the colors me and my team use to like dominate the imagery or like a face. Like the Ravage face was like red, and people were just scared about red. It's just, yo, it's red.
Yeah.
And, you know, you see a beautiful lady on a red dress, you won't call her a devil, right?
Of course.
But why you gotta call me a devil? Cause
I think because they associated with like blood or like.
Yeah, it's like, yo, that's just OD.
He also highlighted how his Edo culture deeply influences his music visuals, expressing his frustration at those who label it as devilish simply because they don't understand it.
And then another thing is like my culture.
Yeah.
Maybe because my culture, which is Benin City, Edo State's culture, Edo culture, sorry. You know, the word has not really been familiar because it's not really been like, it's not had a lot of ambassadors.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like one of the most popular traditions.
Yeah.
You know, in diaspora. A lot of people are familiar with other cultures, but because they don't understand it, they just label it devilish.
Right.
While the rumor may keep flying, Rema is soaring higher. With his vibrant style and Edo-inspired visuals, the singer is only worshipping one thing, which is creativity. For Joy News, I am Jacqueline and Suma Yabua.
Well, it's a wrap for the Showbiz segments with me, Jacqueline and Suma Yabua. Over to you, Faustina.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Great to have you in the studios for the first time this whole week, right?
I know, right?
Glad. Well, that's it, and that's how we wrap up the bulletin. My name is Faustina Safo. Up next is Marketplace.